Hello and welcome back to the Andrew Plays channel. We're back for more F1 Breaking Point. We're here for Chapter 3 today. So as you can see, the recent series of incidents with his teammate Casper Ackermann, both on and off the track, have marred the start of Aiden Jackson's rookie F1 season. With the French Grand Prix coming up, Jackson is keen to find the form that brought him so much success in F2, so this is 2 months on from the previous chapter. I'm thinking this race might be a bit more of a clean race, perhaps, and we'll have something go on in the paddock rather than on track. I could be wrong, who knows? Let me know what you think's going to happen. If you are enjoying the new content on the channel, please do subscribe. Let me know if you're enjoying the F1 content, because then I can keep it coming and we can have more focus on that. I know we've got a lot of focus at the moment, but that's largely because the game's new. If the audience is there for it, then absolutely we'll see more F1 content. But let's get into Chapter 3.
It's a great day for racing here at Le Castellet, and the drivers are making their final preparations on the grid. Let's hope for a thrilling contest then, here at the French Grand Prix. Six lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. Here we are then at the circuit Paul Ricard in France, the 10th race of the 2020 Formula One season. And the standings are starting to take some kind of shape, Ant.
Yeah, exactly. You've got your big three jostling for position at the top, so no surprises there. A little less predictable in the midfield, though you could make an argument for Racing Point underperforming somewhat.
The two Racing Point drivers denying each other points, perhaps. Well, it's all to race for, and a lot of season left ahead of us. So let's see how it all pans out. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Daniel Kvyat and Ricciardo, Norris, Vettel, Sainz and Pierre Gasly, Ocon, Ackermann, Devon Butler and Albon, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, George Russell and Aiden Jackson, Magnussen and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, we've not quite had the start of the season we'd hoped for, but we've got a chance to make up some ground today. Try to keep your nose clean and show us what you've got. Good luck, Aiden.
So it appears we might be getting to do a full Grand Prix today. We can even... Okay, we're going to go over top speed setup. I'm not going to look too much into it. But if we have a look at the strategy, we're going softs to mediums. Do we go mediums to softs? I think we might try and get a advantage over the rest of the grid. And we'll see if this is just going to be a clean race or if there's going to be more cutscenes throughout. It will have to wait and see what happens. But let's get into the race. And we are building up to 5 red lights to start the Grand Prix. And we are off. It's a decent start for us. As we come down towards turn 1, we're not going to gain any positions, or are we? If we go for a dive down the inside, we're going to gain quite a few positions here. We're alongside Giovinazzi here. Albon's the other side of him. But we're 3 wide here. And we do drop behind Giovinazzi and Albon. But now we're going to go up the inside and we back out of that one, but we are still right on the tail of these two, and we go down the inside with a very cheeky dive, and we are past Albon and Grosjean in one move, and behind Ackermann now, who hopefully won't take us out this time. the target for this race, we've got to finish ahead of both McLarens and both Renaults as we break into the chicane behind Ackerman. Can we find our way past our teammate, hopefully in a clean way, because there has been some controversial overtakes between us as of late. And we come into the long winding turn 10 and we get a little bit too close there, but now up towards turn 11 we think about going down the inside, but we're not going to do so. And through towards the final few corners of the lap 1, we go a little bit wide on turn 14, but we've gone all the way around and we've squeezed Ackerman out. We have overtook him very cleanly, and now we are chasing down Lando Norris. Ackerman now battling Albon behind us, but we're going to go for a dive bomb on Norris, and there's contact, and it was a little bit unclean, but there doesn't appear to be any damage for either of us. We are up into 12th place.
Nice move. Good job.
And Gasly is the next one along. We are going for the long game here with the mediums, but they seem to be very effective early on. And out of turn 6 and into 7, we're very close to Gasly. Overtake mode on, and it's a very quick overtake. Can we cut in behind Butler here? No, but we're going to outbrake Gasly and shut the door on him, getting down the inside. And out of turn 9 in towards turn 10 now we go. We're going to advance through this next stage of the lap. We're just following Butler through this long winding section of sector 3. We nearly go up the inside, similar to what we did on Ackerman last time round, but we back out of it once again. And then again we think about going it down the outside, but Butler shuts us off well, and we come into this section here through turn 6 and out into the turn 7 exit, the same place that we got past Gasly, and we're going to fly past Butler here. We've got DRS on him as well. He's got no chance against it. And into turn 8, we're already well clear of Butler, and we can start to focus on closing down Vettel and, more importantly, the Renaults that are alongside it, well, just in front of him. At this stage, I think we've got the 2 Renaults and the McLaren all in that group, so they're our targets as we come on to lap 4 now. We've set a best time of the race in sector 3, and as we come out of turn 6 and into 7, will we get another run on Vettel? We're going to have DRS. We're going to go up the inside, and it looks like it's going to happen for us again. DRS and overtake. Going to be enough for us. And again, we outbrake Vettel this time. He just get a bit more of a chance to come up the inside, but we do manage to prevent that. New strategy being presented by Jeff, which is to go in 1 lap later on lap 8, which we're going to agree to. We now come back. We're on turn 6 once again, through turn 7, and it's an attack on Ricciardo once again. This time we're going to go to the outside because he's defending to the inside. Can we go all the way? We can, and we outbrake him, but he's still kind of alongside us, and into the corner we do get past him. And as we come out of the chicane, we look to be clear of Ricciardo. We're now closing down Esteban Ocon into turn 10, and then turn 11 where we have gained a bit of time previously. Are we going to go for a dive bomb once again in turn 12? We know it doesn't look very good of an idea. We're going to back out of it, but we don't back out enough, and we've spun. I have to take the blame for that. I wanted to actually back out of that and just got a bit too close to Ocon. We come back onto the track battling Butler, and Norris is just behind us. But we do manage to get into a position to stay ahead of Butler and begin to close down Albon. Our favourite position to overtake, turn 6 and 7 here. We're going to try and go straight past Albon, and we do so with relative ease. Can we get Gasly as well? We're going to switch back, and it's a little bit rough, but we do get past Gasly as well. Albon's going to go up the inside of him as well here, and we're going to have a quick look at the replay. So coming down the straight here, we get clear of Albon. Gasly kind of shuts the door on us, and we go a little bit close to Albon. There's enough of a gap there. I thought initially when the car shook there was contact, but it's actually the way we ride that curb that causes the car to shake like that. We'll have another quick look at this from the AlphaTauri's view, and you can see there as go over the curb, and Gasly can't really do anything to stop us going past. We advanced a little bit here. This is us going into first place as everyone on the softs pits for their mediums, except Verstappen, who pitted for hards for some reason. And we know here we need a good lap before we go into the pits, and we go purple in sector 1, and then can we go purple in sector 2 as well? We can't, but we do go green, still our best, and we've got quite a gap behind us. 20 seconds to Charles Leclerc. There's a chance we might be able to skip past the Renaults here with a good pit stop. 2.3 seconds, it's a very good pit stop. Where is that going to bring us out? Leclerc and Sainz are coming around the final corner here. And we get to the pit exit. We see Charles Leclerc go past, but we are ahead of Carlos Sainz, which means we are ahead of both Renaults and both McLarens. And on fresh softs, surely here, Leclerc is going to have nothing that he can do to defend this. Especially on the exit of turn 6 into 7, our favourite overtaking spot of the French Grand Prix. We've got so many people here. Can we get another? And DRS overtake mode. Of course we can get another. And that just means now we're basically in open air for the rest of the Grand Prix in 4th place. And on softs, we're not really going to have a challenge from anyone else. We're actually going to skip through to the last lap of the Grand Prix. You can see the gap we've created behind us. Near enough 10 seconds to Leclerc. And we're actually quite close to the back of Hamilton, Verstappen and Bottas, who are leading the Grand Prix. And can we steal a podium spot for Racing Point? Into this turn 6 section. We go a little bit wide there, and very wide on the exit, which we haven't done all race really. Out of turn 7 though, we've got DRS, but I think here is where you can see the performance difference between the Racing Point and the leading cars. We think about a dive bomb, but it was never going to come off, so we back out of it. And we're just going to follow these guys through. If we get an overtaking opportunity, we may think about it. But the pure power of their cars and our top tyres now being a little bit older probably means we're not going to get presented that opportunity. And we lock up a lot and go very wide in turn 11, and that pretty much means we're not going to be close enough for an overtake attempt as we come out of turn 12 through 13 and into 14. This is similar to where we got Ackerman on the first lap, but we're not close enough there, and we go very close to hitting the back of Hamilton there. And we're going to have a drag race down the straight, but Hamilton with DRS, we're not going to get past him. It's 4th place. It's still a very good Grand Prix for us, especially considering the spin that we had, but the reaction to the spin, the mediums just didn't go off, and we did manage to turn it around very, very well. Particularly the way that after the pit stop, we didn't even have to really challenge anyone. We were already past everyone except Leclerc, and we made very quick work of him, and it was just kind of a drive in the open space for the rest of the Grand Prix.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
So, Aiden, it's a great result for you here today. The team must be delighted with a solid points finish. How are you feeling?
Yes, I think it would be fair to say that it's a solid result for us. I think we'll say there's room for improvement because there always is. If you finish in fourth, you're not on the podium. There's room for improvement there, but still much better than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I'm good. It's a solid result, but there's always room for improvement. I'm sure we'll be looking at all the data from today and working out how we can build on it for the rest of the season.
Well, it's such a great result, especially since it's your first season in Formula One. Would you say you found your feet now since the jump to F1?
Yeah, so I think it'd be fair to say we've started to find our feet here. Obviously, moving from F2 to F1 is always going to be different, but I think it's fair to say that I can handle an F1 car just as well as an F2 one. But we'll say that change is difficult, but we're settling in.
I think there's always going to be hurdles. And look, you never know what's around the corner. Change is always difficult, but I think I'm settling in. The team seems happy at least.
So there's no current tensions within the team. We've all seen that you and Casper have locked horns so far this season. Is that something that's now behind you?
So, I mean, there's not a lot where I can really compliment him here. I'd like to be able to say that we're okay. So I'm going to say that, there's always going to be a settling in period, but hopefully that's difficult start is behind us.
I think there's always going to be a settling in period. It doesn't matter who you're paired up with. You've got to have a strong character to do what we do. We may have our differences, but I'm sure we'll get there.
Great. Well, that's everything.
So the French Grand Prix is done and dusted. We had a good result there. Finishing fourth, that overcut working fantastically well for us. And when we get to France in my team, I'm definitely going to be going for an overcut as a result of this race. Let's go and see if there's any cutscenes now. No cutscenes, but finding form to bring home points for Racing Point. Vettel has announced that he's leaving Ferrari like he did in real life, and we've got a phone call from Brian.
Brian.
Aiden, just so you know, there's a full team meeting in 20 minutes.
No worries.
We just want to review our strategy while the race is still fresh in our minds.
Right, okay. I'll see you there.
Listen, while you're on, I just wanted to say that was some solid driving out there today. I'm impressed.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Brian.
Put it this way, it's been noticed. Well done, kid. I'll see you in the meeting.
Okay, so good to see that we're being appreciated for that. Is there any... We've got another phone call.
Hey, Ma.
Hello, love. Just calling to say well done, as usual. You okay?
Thanks, Mum. Yeah, I'm good. Real good. I think I delivered today.
I thought so. And I think the neighbors probably did too. I couldn't stop shouting.
Oh, not again.
I'm so proud of you, Aiden.
Hey, it's Silverstone soon.
So does that mean you'll be home for a few days?
Probably. I'll try and get over for a day or two, either side of race weekend.
You know, Silverstone was always your dad's favorite track.
I know. You're still coming to the race, right?
Do you really think I'd miss out on the VIP treatment? Of course I'm coming. I just wish it wasn't on my own, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I'll be there. And I can't wait to see you.
Me too. Anyway, I won't keep you. I imagine you want to go and celebrate. Well done again. Love you.
Love you too, Mum. Speak soon.
Okay, so the standard congratulations from Mum as well. Brian Dawes come to speak to us. Had a great, gave an interview to Trackside. Had a great time doing it. Colin, the guy who does it, mentioned he'd been trying to get in touch with you for a chat. Might want to have a word with your PAs. He's not heard much back. And then also caught up with our interview with Claire. Thanks for being so diplomatic when asked about how things are with Casper. Hey, makes his job a lot easier. I mean, from what we've seen, there's not really been. He didn't really come and criticise us today. But we're on to the next chapter next. We'll have a quick look at the rewards. I think these are just, there's nothing much to see in those. It's just the podium pass. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's chapter, please do leave a like down below. Let me know if you're enjoying the F1 content as usual. Like I said in the last episode, if it's something that people are enjoying, then absolutely it'll keep on coming. Please do leave your likes, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.